Kia ora, it's Ryan. So, we are going to talk about the second conditional. Alright, first of all, I think that hand gesture is offensive in England, but I'm not English, so to me, it's not offensive at all. Cultural side note. But, today we're going to talk about the second conditional. So in order to do that, I like to think about New Zealand. Yay! A place I used to live and love very much, and that influenced my accent in an unusual way. But, second conditional. When we're thinking about the second conditional, I want to introduce you to bungee jumping. Okay, you're in New Zealand, and I've given you a ticket to go bungee jumping. What do? Well, if I had a ticket to go bungee jumping, bro, I would so definitely not ever go. That sounds horrible. You can have whatever opinion you like on it. But with the second conditional, our conditions tend to be unlikely or far in the future, or something has to significantly change. The first conditional, that one tends to be very likely or very possible. So let's take another example. Let's say you could have a whole week off of school. What would you do? Well, if I had a whole week off from school, I would record a bunch of videos for YouTube. Which seems unlikely in general, unless it's really happening. But it's not impossible. That's what I want to point out. It's not impossible, but it's significantly different than your normal everyday life. Let's take another example. If I had time and money, that's a really good one to go with. If I had the time and the money, I would love to go to Egypt and see the pyramids. So even though I say the first part in the past tense, I'm talking about the future. And then when I get to the part of what I do in the future, I use the present. With the conditional would. Amazing. So good. English is like that. So the reason we're using the past tense is because, let's say, if I had money, that gives me the feeling that I don't have money. If I say if I have money, that gives me the feeling that money's coming. So had and have two different emotions to them. Not just the time. It's not about one happens or one doesn't happen, because as we said, when we're using conditionals, these are both for future actually. They're not for the present or for the past. First is saying, I have money now, I had money yesterday. That is putting it specifically in a time. But if or when, these types of words put the condition forward where we start to think, okay, how would things be different if I had some money? I could save it, I should save it, but I would spend it. Yes. Don't worry, there's going to be a whole nother one on shoulda, coulda, woulda. Ciao.